Is my gun? Yes, it is. What's going on, investors? That's here from Investments. Today is April 17th, 2023, and we're going to do a nice quick stream, go through all the coins and stocks that we typically go through, do a little analysis and see what we're looking at. We're not going to be here too long today, but we are going to take a little quick look and see what's kind of showing up and what we can identify and what kind of formations or patterns we're seeing. If there's anything that's telling us it's time to make trades, time to reverse, or things are reversing, or if there's time to take action. So if you're new here, my name is Dest, and this channel is a testament to my trading journal, right? So this is my road to financial independence, trading being one of those tools in my toolbox to achieve that goal. Why? Because it has done well for me in the past, so I continue to use it and go back to it from time to time, as well as various other strategies to achieve that goal. All right, with that said, we need to first start with Bitcoin, and we start with that every single time due to the fact that this is the macro driver of the altcoin market, right? So without Bitcoin moving, you don't get a lot of altcoins moving. And very important to look at this. So what is it telling us today? Well, today we're starting to get a little bit of a turnaround, right? We seem to have temporarily or momentarily topped out at around 31,200 ish, give or take. And since then have pulled back and currently retesting these green line. Currently testing this green line I got drawn at 29,275. Why do I have that line drawn? Well, you got plenty of pullbacks that happened at that level, right? When you were making your run to all-time highs, this is where you were testing the floor as support before making these nice runs. So there is a reason why this line is there, and there is some substance to it. Will it hold? Remains to be seen. Definitely acceptable and very, like, I don't know, it was going to pull back to that line at some point, most likely, right? That's not worrisome. That's probably a very good thing that it does, is pull back to this line to retest that level. What you would like to see is you'd like to see it do just a back test and spring and continue on higher and push past that $31,000 level. In reality, not too bad if you break down. You do got a couple of big stops that you could potentially see. First one I drew is at 28,000, and this one doesn't have as much strength. I just noticed that there's a couple of times it touched this level previously. So I think if we do start to break that, that would be your first makeshift floor, right? Wouldn't have too much strength, but you got a pretty strong one at 25,000. Do I think we're going down to that level? Probably not, in my opinion, not at this moment, but I do think that is a pretty strong level. So if we do pull back that far, we might spring off of there and continue on higher. Realistically, nothing goes straight up, so when you do go up pretty drastically like you did here, you're gonna come back down to retest some of these levels. It's just the way charts form. A couple things we're seeing here. You're still outside this parallel channel, but I don't really think this is holding up as much. However, you are riding around the top side of it. You are starting to get a little bit of a bearish divergence here, and that is a regular bearish divergence here where you're getting your price action higher highs but your oscillator lower highs. So you got higher highs here. Oh, let me draw this in. Alt trend. Higher highs on your price and lower highs on your MACD. So not really a good formation showing up, right? Showing that negative momentum is gaining a little bit, and you're also starting to show negative momentum on the MACD as you're starting to put red candles in there. So potential for a little bit of a reversal. Let's just hope that these levels hold. With that being said, much of the altcoin market is doing something similar, where you're getting a lot of either not much happening or minor pullbacks, or let's go to Kraken margin, see if there's anything green, or very minimal if there is green. Coin market cap, let's see what we got for, yeah, ING is up 45 per 7 days. Nothing up really in the past 24 hours, just a little bit. You got mana up 7%, RNDR, I don't even know what the hell that is, 10%. ICP, let's take a look at ICP. ICP USD, ooh, that's nice. So I do believe I made a trade on ICP. Let's draw this properly here. And not too good. We're looking at a trend reversal after almost all-time low. You almost got a double bottom. It kind of does look like a double bottom here. We got two bottoms and then reversing off of that level. Breaking through that neckline is a positive sign. And that neckline would be right here. And you can see after you broke above that neckline, you did a little bit of a back test. Didn't even get to touch that line again. Let's see if it touched it. Ooh. Has yet to touch it. I don't know. Debatable if it touched it here, right? But looking really good. Looking like it's going to continue on higher. This is, you know how the last stream I was talking about, there's some charts that have already made a massive run, like Ethereum or Bitcoin, but then the alts are lagging behind, and this one is looking like it's a fantastic setup for a lagging altcoin. I think EOS was another one that was kind of lagging behind too. XLM, I think, was the other one we were identifying. I'm gonna have to put these into a different tag here. But yeah, ICP is looking fantastic. That was a nice pump on that. Let's see if it's actionable real quick before I continue on. I mean, you're not that far off the neckline. Like if one wanted to, I don't think it's a great target or great entry when you're 30% up off that level. Honestly, probably not actionable at this point, but if you are in a trade, looks like it's going to continue on higher. MACD is still very positive. RSI is getting a little high, looking like it might be a little overbought. Potential to pull back a little bit, as to be expected when you make a run. Okay, let's look at Litecoin, because this is one that we think is going to do very well on this bull run. And we keep, I know I got a lot of stuff going on this chart. Don't get distracted. Don't get dissuaded. I want to show you a couple things. We got this nice green upsloping line where it's showing every time it makes a new low, it's stair stepping higher, right? So what's that telling you? Well, it's telling you that someone is accumulating it and at an increasing price. So it drops to this level, they're saying, oh, this is a bargain price, let me buy it up. Oh, bargain price, let me buy it up. Oh, bargain price, let me buy it up. And every time it's pulled back to this line, you've got a massive run that's taken off, right? This one being the smallest one, and we keep saying this, but this is still a 550% run, which is fantastic. I would take that today, tomorrow, any day. I don't really give a shit. Just give me the 550% run, please. That would be fantastic. But anyways, in local time frame, August last year to December last year, you hit that green line again. And what are we going to project that is going to happen? Well, can we see another massive run? Can we see a 550% run? or even greater, right? This formation is looking like it's much better off than this one did, looking much stronger, like you're putting in stair-stepping lows, which is always a great sign. It's showing that there's more support built into this run, looking more like something like this on a much larger time frame. Just the macro chart on this one just screams that it's very good. And in fact, you have a candle close, I'm on the weekly last week, that is your highest candle close of obviously the year, but since April of last year. So doing really good, really good. And you know, you get a breakout above that 106 level and you're running. Next stop is 145. So fantastic looking on the macro, right? All right, let's see what else we want to do. Ethereum, doing a little bit of a pullback as well today, but not as drastically as Bitcoin. Still a massive breakout territory, doing really good. MACD is still positive. RSI is a little high. I mean, you got bearish divergence showing up again, right? Your higher highs on your price and your lower highs on your oscillator. Higher highs on your price, lower highs on your oscillator. Getting better at identifying these off the cuff. It's just one of those things where it takes a lot of like repetitions to see. Like you can do it when you're looking at them with the example, but typically I don't analyze that, but I want to get into that habit, so I'm starting to keep that up so I can identify those a little better, because there is different types, right? So there's not just the let's class A, B, and C. Let's see if we can find it real quick. I mean, this is how you learn anything. You hear about it, you look at it, you learn about it, right? This might be a good one. The way I've seen this, and this is primarily from like Mitch Ray, is you got a class A, B, and C bullish or bearish divergence. They labeled this as strong, medium, or weak. And then you also got a hidden bearish or bullish divergence. So there's actually 2, 4, 6, 8 different types. Okay, let's get this out of here. And is there any other cryptos that I wanted to look at? I don't think any. BNB is looking really good too. You got a nice breakout. I don't know, I'm skeptical on that one. Like you're pretty close to all-time highs. Like that's not some of these are showing like they're way down here, like full retrace, and the risk to make an entry is super low. This is a little bit riskier, right? You're a lot higher up on the price scale. Don't know. All right, let's see if I was watching anything else. ICX, I did want to touch base on this one because we saw that massive run, and then the last time we did this stream, we identified, well, you already pulled back to the 618, so you were poised for another run, and we were saying, hey, if someone wants to add a position or get in for the first time, it might be a great time. And you would have been up 36 in a day, 36% in a day, and now you could have pulled back 13% off of that. So what would that be? About 18% up if you didn't capitalize on the 33%. So it's looking like it's poised to run again, right? Maybe not immediately. Your momentum looks like it's waning and it's turning a little bit negative, but look what happened on the last time it turned negative, right? So what this is telling me is that people are kind of, I'm not even gonna go there. Lots of green volume. RSI's pretty good on the reset, looking pretty juiced. Pulled back to the 50% level now. Could potentially stair step higher. There might be another good entry to get into something like ICX if we miss the other one. But again, this one's a lot farther along than something like ICP, which we were identifying, well, it's still down at these levels, right? This one has already made a substantial move. And one of the things I want to do for the next stream or a different stream is I want to get one of these made, and I want to have all of the Kucoin ones, or all the US based cryptos that we can identify, because there is a lot of US based exchanges that are closing, and it's making it very troublesome for trading or even holding coins if you hold a lot on, like, specifically older coins, like on exchanges. With Bittrex closing, I gotta find a place for my like old school made token, my like Saya coin and stuff that I just been sitting on, because why not? I've got no reason to sell it right now. But yeah, I want to get one of these lists with all the US available tokens. Theta, looking like it is still making its moves, still continuing on, looking like it wants to start pushing, right? And you're still above that $1 mark. You're still above the 200-day. Looking like it's going to continue on higher. This one is just waiting for someone to come in and purchase. Really want to start getting some momentum to get you above that $1.30 line. That'd be pretty important to do. Still positive momentum. RSI is still relatively low. Looking like you get a positive day on Bitcoin, this one could potentially make a nice move. Chili's. I did like this overall structure. That was accumulation showing up, like you're putting in higher lows every single time. However, you are below the 200-day moving average, but looking like you might be starting to, I don't like the way the MACD looks, looking like your momentum is waning. Your RSI looks pretty decent though. Not one of the stronger looking ones in my opinion. XRP, well, XRP is XRP, and it smells like PP because it is just it's a shit show. I've not been a fan for a while. However, this one's hard for me to read, right? Like this pattern is not similar to a lot of the other ones. And we were saying there's a nice parallel channel. It broke above that parallel channel. Great, continue to run, continue to do something, and I'll be convinced. But right now I'm not. You would like to see a break above 53 cents. Then you're running to 62 cents. After there, I marked it at 91 cents, but these are just levels that I'm identifying. I don't know that there's any indication that we're going to. MACD is still negative, looking like it might start to turn around. RSI's relatively, I don't like that one. We're skipping it. We're coming back. XLM, this is another one that is at pretty low levels, right? Bouncing off the 2017 high. 2017 high for XLM or STR back in the day is 6.5 cents. And you can see on December of last year, we started to pull back to it. We're unable to hit it. So people bought it up before we were able to hit it. So buyers came in, defended that level even before that level was hit. Since then, you put in a secondary low, which has just springboarded you higher and popped you above the 200-day moving average, popped you up. Let's get a read on this. 54-ish%. And now you're just kind of consolidating here, not really doing much. I think you got a nice you're riding along a nice little floor here. It looks like you got a couple little touches there, and it's debatable if this is an action or an important level. I'd like to see it defended, and I'd like to see it start to show signs of reversal. MACD is still negative. RSI is looking primed, looking like you could make a nice little run. I think a lot of these are just waiting for Bitcoin to do something. All right, let's look at our crypto or our stocks now. Make sure I have no requests. Any requests? Let your boy know. There you go. Feel free to leave those in the chat, either in the live or after. Doesn't matter. I would be happy to take a look at them either this stream or the next stream. Doge is looking like it's continuing to make a run. That's not a bad looking chart, to be honest. How would you draw this? How would you draw this? Like this? Or like... you couldn't do it like that, could you? I don't know. Either way, it looks like you're pretty... Dude, what is this chart even? Let's get something better. Okay, so I had this drawn where we're still in this kind of price crunch level where it's not looking fantastic. Need a breakout above there, but it's looking like it's starting to make that formation, right? So you get a nice break above there with a little back test. I'm convinced. I know some of the times the way I chart things are a little more conservative than some others. Some people I think have it charted with something like that where you're already broken out. I get it. Possible. Above the 200-day moving average, MACD looks good, RSI looks good. I could believe it. Let's go back to our watch list. Okay. And let's start to get into some stocks. Take a quick look at Nokia, see if anything happened. No, nothing happened. Okay, fantastic. We are watching this on a very large time frame to see if this inverted head and shoulders is going to start to play out. You really need to make a push towards this neckline, but I think this is going to be something that's... Let's just look at the date range here, see when this one played out. You're looking at about 300 days. So we got a year to go about while we'll watch this one. So I'm going to keep it on the watch list because when it does, this is going to make a nice move. And we got a nice measurement on it where it's on our radar. We'll just kind of keep coming back to it. Why not? Intel, we do have a trade on this off a double bottom trade. So we have identified it. We got a double bottom. Nice breakout of the neckline, nice back test appearing. Let's zoom in a little bit. Actually a very beautiful back test appearing. So it broke out above, came back to retest it, and now it's starting to show that it's turning around to continue on moving. MACD is a little bit negative, but it doesn't look like it's got much strength. RSI is a little higher than you'd like to see. That candle did have some pullback. Fuck was that? That was weird. Anyways, measured move on this. Measure from the first bottom to the neckline. Copy that, paste that. That gives you a 30% move. But we are identifying this, or why this one was on our radar in the first place is because we were looking for a play for U.S. investment in semiconductor manufacturing, because they want to bring that and repatriotize it. So we're looking for some of these to start to play out. And you had this massive drawdown, and your double bottom appeared at that $25.50-ish level. Why is that bold red line important? Look how many important touches you have along the way, dating back to August of 1997, where it was previously resistance before turning to support in 1999 and making a massive run, right? we are saying that level is very important. A double bottom there should bring us higher than 22%, but we'll wait for the thing to paint the picture for us, right? GE, inverted head and shoulders that we identified and is playing out fantastically, right? Another one that's going to take close to a year to play out, but we're already in the trade, we're already in the positive, already looking good. Our target is $130, but we were also identifying that this green line might be an important level that we might not be able to break through. However, if we do break through that and get to the upside, even do a little bit of a back test on there, might be continuation pattern, right? So we got like these different variables, right? So we got the trade, we got an important level, we can take our profits there, and then we can watch it, monitor it, see if something else is going to happen, and if that does, you can re-enter, get another trade going, right? ZRX, I didn't take a look at ZRX today. Do want to do that real quick. I know it's crypto. Well above 200-day moving average. This breakout has sustained and getting above 30 cents, and you're going to continue on with that. That's what I'm saying though, is like looking at these charts, a lot of them just look fantastic, right? Like they look poised, like they're ready to go, but you haven't seen a lot of action. I don't know, like what's the deal? What is it? BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance, yeah. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is relatively high, not crazy high. All right. Let's do a couple more stocks. We'll just blow through them. Really cool one to look at is Amazon, because this is still like just on the cusp of breaking out. Oops, let's not move that though. Let's make it a little smaller here though. Maybe we can move it over here. Played out exactly like we had charted pretty much. We saw a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the broadening wedge. We saw inverted head and shoulders. Your 200-day average is you're still below the 200-day moving average. That's okay. You're showing signs that you're turned around, right? You've broken out of this broadening wedge to the upside. You did a back test which brought you back in, which isn't great, but sometimes that happens, right? You don't get enough momentum to get fully out of there, but since then have turned around and doing fantastic. Measured move on the inverted head and shoulders, 21% gain, not crazy. Measured move on the broadening wedge, however, takes you back up to 170, which is a 67% gain. Fantastic to see, and this would be coinciding with a nice reversal on Amazon. Honestly, Amazon's a great company to own for any portfolio, in my opinion, and I could see them doing very fantastically over the next 5 to 10 years, right? All right, Mo's starting to show it's doing something, which is good, but still a long ways off. Last one, PAA. This trade, we took it the first time, fell back in, stopped us out. Took it the second time, and we're sitting in this trade in anticipation that we are going to get a 50% move based off of this low to this high. Copy that and paste that over there and see what you get. You get a 50%er. Then we also did a fib retrace from this conservative low, the B level on the Elliott wave, to the C level. It's a 618. You could potentially see up to a 68% move, but realistically, we're again looking for a trend reversal, right? We want to see this important low that was last seen in November of 99 show that this is the reversing level and that this is going to propel this on higher to chase some all-time highs. And if you could sit in this for all-time highs, let's just see what that would take you to. 300 something percent gain. Not saying that's going to happen, but that's what we're here for, right? EOS is the other one we're going to look at, and that is going to be our last one of the day, unless I get requests, which there's no one here, so I doubt I'm going to get any requests. Nice breakout, nice continuation to the upside, nice stair stepping its way up, looking fantastic above the 200-day moving average, still positive on the MACD, looking like you almost went neutral and then started turning positive. RSI looks good, reset. Your next level you're chasing is 339, followed by 473, followed by 745, followed by $10.23, which is your real resistance level, because that's the only level that you've really seen, only one that has substantial weight to it. So I think this one's going to continue on higher, looking fantastic. All right, so with that, I hope that if you're here, you got some sort of value out of that. I hope it was beneficial. If it is, don't forget to leave that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. Or subscribe would be fantastic. Interact with this video or something. Till next time.